Engage.
How's it going, guys and geeks? Welcome to the Geek Critique Show. We're your hosts. I'm Jen.
And I'm Dakota. And we have a recommendation for you guys if you have not already seen the show.
We've been straight binging.
Yes, we have. We went through the entire first season in a day, and as well as like much of the second season. So
yeah, we were both sick yesterday, so this is what we did. We watched the Detectorists.
Yes.
And it is simply delightful.
Yeah, and you're gonna think it's a weird concept and not worth your viewing, but you couldn't be more wrong. It really is a wonderful, beautiful show. For those who don't know, it's a BBC 4 show, so it's kind of on a niche channel, but you can view it on Netflix. It's all there, so that's pretty cool.
So we watched it for the first time with some friends we had over, and it's not really a show to like watch with people. Not like there's anything wrong with it, but you're kind of just sitting there like, why the heck am I watching this? But you love it, and you love the characters, and you don't really know why, because they don't seem extraordinary by any means. But they're just really good. Yeah,
the characters aren't extraordinary anyway. So the show, The Detectorists, it's about a group of people who, as a hobby, they go out and use metal detectors to find potential treasure in England.
But they end up always finding, for the most part, like really just
bottle caps and
toy cars, like random stuff, and just kind of pocketing it, and then they go to their club and show it to everybody else who went out detecting that week.
Yes, and their club is also pretty depressing, as there's only 7 members.
Yes, 7 members, and they have like a rival gang with 2 guys that look like Simon and Garfunkel.
And they...
So whenever the 2 characters come, you hear like a little folk music.
Yeah, it's always like the first chords in A Sound of Silence.
Yeah, it's just slightly tweaked, like slightly different.
It's so good.
It's very, very, very dry.
Yes.
Like, my family doesn't get that kind of humor. I tried to make them watch it, and
I don't know why. I don't even know.
It didn't go over well.
It was actually my family who introduced, or told me to see it. They said it's not worth explaining it. Just go in and watch it, because when we do explain it, it sounds stupid.
Yeah.
So
but it's really good.
It's a mix about the mundanity of daily life and the small joys you find within it.
I think, too, just like the simplicity of, even if you don't have much, if you have friends, if you have something that you're passionate about, you have kind of a reason to be happy.
Yeah,
and in a sense, even if your life is kind of blah. And I was kind of saying that's why I wanted to talk about it on the show, because I feel like people like us who, kind of are passionate about geeky stuff or comics or manga or whatever you're into, it's kind of relatable because they're into something that they can't necessarily talk about with everyone,
right? But
they have each other, and that's kind of cool. Not that it really benefits them much, and it spends a lot of their time and money, but that's kind of how we are. So.
And they very rarely actually get anything actually good, which is funny because there is actual treasure out there to be found. They're specifically looking for rare Saxon gold coins. It's funny because you know that the gold's there. They're showing you it, but they're definitely not finding it. And it's depressing, but it's also like heartwarming because they're just it's just something that they're doing.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's fantastic. And I was saying to Dakota, I do have a theory, and I might be completely wrong, and whoever has seen it, tell me what you think about this, is I have a feeling that they're kind of in the midst of other things, bigger things that are going on in their town, but they're so focused on their hobby that they don't see unusual or like other potential plots for like a traditional show or film kind of staring them in the face. So I feel like sometimes like there's like an underlying plot there, but it kind of goes over their head because they really just aren't paying attention. And I don't know if anybody else, like, there are just certain little things that I'm like, why did that just happen? Like, why didn't anybody catch that? Nobody said anything.
Yeah.
A couple of times there are revelations, like, towards the end of the season, but with some stuff, like, you haven't really gotten much back. So I'm just curious if anybody else who has seen it has that theory.
So the main two characters are Toby Jones, who was recently in Sherlock. He's been in Doctor Who.
Doctor Who? I just pictured Peter Capaldi going, blah, and, like, colors shooting out of his...
Dr. Hugh. No. Alright, Toby Jones, he's been in a few things. He was in The Winter Soldier. He was Dobby in Harry Potter. So he's a really talented and colored actor. Mm-hmm. Not colored actor.
Yeah, what Dr. Hugh. What is up with you right now? Freaking Roy G. Biv over here.
I'm sorry. He's not colored. He's talented and he's been around.
Diverse?
Yeah, he's diverse. And also Mackenzie. What are you laughing about now?
I don't know. You're calling him a colored actor. It's like... Oh my god.
Okay.
That was sad.
Mackenzie Crook, who is best known for his work in the Pirates of the Caribbean films. He was the pirate who always had the glass eye that would fall out. He's actually the main character, and I believe he's the producer of the show. Mm-hmm.
And he was actually only planning 2 seasons. Mm-hmm. So we're probably going to finish the second season, like, either tonight or tomorrow or something. But apparently people kind of pushed for a 3rd season, so now he's going to make that. Mm-hmm. Which is really exciting, you know, to see that it has such, like, a cult following.
And it's interesting that, like, it's considered a comedy, but so much of the time, I don't want to say it's tear-jerking, but,
no,
like...
it is.
It'll make you tear up.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes daily life is extremely depressing.
Yeah.
Sometimes love and loss, like, really gets people down, and they need a hobby to get them by. Mm-hmm. And I think that's where the Detectorists, like the metal detecting part of the story is the feel-good part, because they're never depressed or lonely when they're doing that.
Yeah, it's true. That was something that we had talked about. Like, whenever you see them out detecting, they'll talk about their problems here and there, but really not a ton. Like, it's more of just kind of like... One thing that they do a lot is they'll come in, like, half in the middle of a conversation, and you kind of, based on what they're saying, have to guess at what the topic is, which it's always so ridiculous when they do that. And it's more of any... You know, one of the characters even says it's like an escape. Mm-hmm. You know, just something to focus your mind on that isn't your life.
Which, for the most part, is what we do with Geek Critique, with Geek Culture. That's an escape from reality.
Mm-hmm. That's true. A coping mechanism, if you will. Now,
more than any time ever, it feels like we need that escape. Mm-hmm. So it's good to see a different type of hobby to get people interested in. I want to pick up a metal detector and just go out detecting, but we live in America, and it's barely 300 years old at this point. So we're not going to find anything good.
Much.
There's no gold here.
Yeah, and most of the stuff that the Native Americans had, it was just like, corn. You know, corn. I was gonna say arrowheads that aren't metal.
Yeah.
Like that's one thing, like, people go hunting for arrowheads, but a metal detector won't get us far here.
No. We'll find a lot more cans, unfortunately.
Yes.
We're mid-season 2 right now, and we're enjoying it quite a bit.
Yeah, we love it.
It seems to be going in a place where I personally don't want the show to go, but I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, don't talk about it.
Yeah. But,
jeez. You spoiled everything.
Right? We haven't spoiled anything.
No, we haven't spoiled
except for the fact that Toby Jones is a colored actor. Anyway, guys.
We're going to end up on the Wall Street Journal if you keep this up.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, thank you.
Do check the show out. It's on Netflix now. It's called The Detectorists. It's a fantastic show, and I would give it 2 episodes, because the first episode is...
Didn't sell us.
It didn't sell us, personally, but it wasn't until the second episode that we realized the rhythm of the show.
You were hooked.
Yeah, we were hooked.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. If you like the show, please give us a like. And subscribe if you don't already, because there's a lot more content coming out this week than we know what to do with.
maybe you'll know what to do with it.
Probably watch it.
Yeah. Do it. All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.